Hello, my name is Staytastic and I will show you a pretty nice PvP and World vs. World build today. To start, just keep watching or click on the part you want to see. Have fun and make sure to subscribe and leave a comment. Now, why should you play this build? This build will provide you with high mobility, high damage and high survivability. You can stay in stealth most of the time, and stealth will also remove conditions and heal you. Now, how should you decide on which weapon to play? You can either play Dagger or Dagger Pistol. It all depends on your playstyle. Dagger is more straightforward, and you need to engage your enemy before you can stealth and hit him with Backstab. While with Dagger Pistol you can stealth before the enemy has seen you and can then open the fight whenever you want it to start. For your runes, you have two different choices to make. You either go with the Rune of Shola, which I'm using right now, or the Rune of Divinity. All this depends on how good you are in avoiding damage and keeping healed above 90%. If you can keep it above 90% most of the time, then the Rune of Shola will be the best choice for you, because you will benefit more from the 10% increase in damage while healed at above 90% than from the additional 4% critical damage from the Rune of Divinity. For your amulet, you want to just get the Berserker's amulet and don't change anything here, because it provides the highest DPS possible. This build is all about going in stealth as often as possible and hit your enemy with your backstab. So we want to go for a 0, 30, 30, 10, 0 build. In Critical Strike, the first thing I picked is Signet of Power, which will give you 5 stacks of might for every signet you use. The next thing is Signet of Use, which will give you 2 points back for every signet you use, as well as reducing the recharge time of your signets by 20%. The last thing is Hidden Killer, which will give you 100% critical hit chance while in stealth. The important thing here is Opportunist, which gives you a 20% chance to restore 1 point on a critical hit. In Shadow Arts, the first thing I picked is Infusion of Shadow, which gives you 2 points back whenever you use a skill that stealths you. The next thing is Shadow's Embrace, which removes 1 condition every 3 seconds while in stealth. The important thing here is that it also removes 1 condition right the moment you enter stealth, as well as 1 3 seconds later, so 2 in total. The last thing is Shadow's Rejuvenation. This one will give you healed back while in stealth. The first skill here gives you blinding power when you heal to reach 25%. The next one, Melt with Shadow, will make your stealth skills last 1 second longer. The last one, Hidden Assassin, will give you might for 15 seconds when you go into stealth. On Acrobats, the first thing I picked is Fleet Shadow. This one will give you 50% more movement speed while in stealth. This is pretty awesome to chase enemies and hit them with your backstab. Also, whenever you dodge, you will get swiftness for 2 seconds, as you can see here. Let's take a look at our utilities. As healed, I choose Signet of Malice because of its short cooldown. It will also give us 2 points back and provide us with healed on hit. The next skill is Assassin Signet. This will also give us 2 points back and provide us with increased power. Upon activating, it will give us 15% increase in damage for the next 5 hits. The next skill is Blinding Power. Blinding Power will blind enemies around you and provide steel to you and nearby allies for 3 seconds. The last skill is Shadow Step. Shadow Skip will teleport you to a targeted location, teleport you back upon activating it again. The last skill is your ultimate. The ultimate depends completely on what kind of enemy you're facing. The probably most used weapon combination is Dagger Pistol. This is because Dagger Pistol provides you with some pretty awesome utilities as well as a nice way to get into stealth. For your dagger, you want to use the Sigil of Superior Air, which gives you a 30% chance on critical to cause a lightning strike. For your pistol, you want to get Sigil of Superior Force, which gives you a 5% increase in damage. Let's take a closer look at your skills. The first skill is your auto attack, which will cause a poison on the last hit and also deal pretty nice DPS. The next one is Heartseeker. Heartseeker is one of your hardest hitting skills and will deal more damage the lower the enemy's HP is. The next one is Shadow Shot, which will port you to your enemy, blind him and deal some awesome damage. The next one is just a ranged stun. And the last one, Black Powder, provides you with utilities as well as giving you the ability to stealth yourself. When you place it, it will blind all enemies around and place everyone which enters the circle. And you also can use your Heartseeker to go into stealth while Heartseekering through it, as you can see here. You can also increase the duration of your stealth by Heartseekering through it for a couple of times. As you can see here, the stealth is now 5 seconds long. I will now show you how to fight against enemies using Dagger Pistol. Please note that this is against golems and not real enemy, so a real fight might be a little bit different and you have to adjust your playstyle. In order to start, please make sure you have no target, because else you will Heartseeker forward to them. And use your 5 to place this circle on the ground. After you place the circle, just Heartseeker through it to stealth yourself. Do this up to 3 times, depending on how far away you are from the enemy. Once you are in stealth, you want to move behind your enemy and use your 1 to use your Backstab. If the enemy charges a high hitting attack, use your 3 to blind him and make his attack miss. Also, if your enemy tries to run away, try to stun them over range and then just Heartseeker forward to them. If you have a high armor enemy, make sure to get behind them in stealth and use your signets to make a harder hitting Backstab. Your other abilities just depend on the situation. Like, if you're getting low or don't have any points left, you want to use Blinding Powder. Get either away or behind your enemy and hit them with Backstab, as well as Shadow Step. You might want to use it to get away or quickly engage an enemy or just trolling someone. Other nice weapon combinations, Dagger Dagger. Now, Dagger Dagger will provide you with less utility than Dagger Pistol, but it will give you a fun way to play. For your first dagger you want to get Sigil of Superior Air, which gives you a 30% chance on critical to cause a lightning strike. For your second dagger you want to get Sigil of Superior Force, which gives you 5% increase in damage. Now let's take a look at your skills. Your first skill is just your auto attack. You should have it active all the time since it will deal moderate damage and poison your enemy. Your second skill is Heartseeker. Heartseeker will deal more damage the lower your enemy's HP is. The next skill is Death Blossom. Death Blossom will provide you with some bleed and also evades. The next skill is Dancing Dagger. Dancing Dagger is a medium range slow which will slow your enemy by 50%. Your last skill is your way to get into stealth. It will also provide you with vulnerability to your enemy, which will cause your attacks to deal more damage. I will now show you how to play Dagger Dagger. Please note that this is against golems and not against real enemies, so a real fight might be a little bit different. To start the fight you have to get close to him and use your 5, which will stealth you. Then move behind him and use your 1 to use your Backstab ability. Once your enemy is pretty low, use a Heartseeker to finish him off. If you're facing an enemy which has more armor, you do exactly the same thing, but you also activate your Signet of Assassin to get a higher Backstab on him. If you're facing a tanky class, you might need to re-stealth a couple of times. So you move again to him, use your 5 to stealth yourself, use your Signet, use Backstab, then just dodge a bit and use auto attacks, use stealth again and repeat the same thing again. If your enemy tries to run away, you just use your 4, which will cripple them and you can get behind them pretty easy. For your second weapon set, you want to use Sword and Pistol. This is because of the high damage and utility it provides. For your sword, use Sigil of Superior Paralyzation, which increases your stun duration by 15%. For your pistol, Sigil of Superior Bloodlust, which gives you 10 power each time you kill a foe. Now, let's take a look at your skills. The first skill is just your auto attack. You should have it active all the time since it cripples your enemy and also weakens them. The second skill is just Shadow Step, which also immobilize your enemy, and upon activating it again, it will teleport you back. The next skill is Pistol Whip. This is pretty high burst and will also stun your enemy. The last two skills are just the pistol skills we covered earlier.